Hello. Just letting you guys know that I am here. I'm still adjusting things. Be right there. Okay. So what I had to do, I had to switch over the mic from the arm that's holding it to the mic stand, because my desk is a L shape, and on the right hand side is my canvas, and on the other end is the monitor that I use for gaming, and the arm is over here on the left. But see, like, use your imagination. My canvas is on the right hand side, so if my body was turned, the mic that is in front, in the other part of the desk, on my left shoulder is gonna be in front of that mic, so and my body's gonna be turned to the right, so you wouldn't be able to hear me. My body's turned away from the mic's gonna be right behind me, literally behind me. So I had to move the mic from the arm put it on the stand so that I can have the mic in front of me, next to me while I'm on the canvas. So, alright. Anyways, yeah, enough using your imagination with my setup. Let's use your imagination for artwork next, shall we? Let's see. Sorry, I got choked up there. Actually, you know what? Let me one more thing. I apologize. Let me go get something to drink, and I'll be right back. Hold up. Cheers. I'm all messed up. Hold up. Okay. I'm back. Woo! This is my first time ever doing this. Alright, so this is gonna be the first live performance on this YouTube channel. And it's the first time I've ever done a art tutorial. So bear with me if I'm starting this off a bit wonky. Sending this one last thing, and let's get started. Alright, so here we are. Finally, the moment that you've all been waiting 15 minutes for. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But good thing this is YouTube, not Twitch. People can just skip ahead. Alright, welcome guys. I am also known as Malefic Topcat from the Malefic Topcat channel. This is my art channel. This is where you will be seeing what is planned to be my main content from here on out, from today onward. This is it. This is going to be the embodiment, part of the embodiment of my channel. So what I am I'm an artist through and through. I went to an acting college up in Los Angeles. I took 2 years plus extra classes of acting. And I went to city colleges for art. I took private classes with an artist who is was formerly and got rehired, actually, is currently, as of what I know now, a Disney artist. My mentor is a Disney artist, works at both the park and in the studios. I've been doing this since, I've been doing drawing since I was 13. So since 2004, I believe it is. Yeah, 2004. And let's see. I do acting, I do dancing, I do singing. I just enjoy all of it. I do cooking. I enjoy creating. I just enjoy creating. And I've been doing the Twitch thing. I've been streaming live for, man, going on, well, it's since the COVID. It's 2025 now. So when was COVID? 2020? So is it 5 years? Jeez, or 2021? It's like 4 or 5 years that I've been Twitch streaming, and I've been doing digital art for roughly around that time. Digital art has been part of what I do for a little bit more than that. I've been doing digital art on the iPad, actually, for I would say like a year and a half prior to when I started drawing on the big canvas on the desktop. But yeah, no, this is now here we are in 2025. I'm doing my first ever art tutorial. This is actually I'm out of my comfort zone because I'm so used to streaming games, Marvel Rivals, and when I'm doing artwork, I'm usually very quiet. I'm just doing my own thing. I do art commissions every now and then, and I'll do them live on Twitch. But yeah, so what the exercise is going to be is well, we're gonna be doing, I'm gonna start off with something simple, something very simple. In my opinion, very simple. So the first step you want to do when you're learning how to draw, and not just digitally, but in general, is you want to learn how to do circles. Circles are going to be probably your best, no, they are going to be your best friend. They have to be your best friend. They have to be your favorite shape, because circles are where you're going to be drawing for a mass majority of the time when you're doing artwork. Circles, circles, circles. Sometimes ovals. but circles are what you start off with when you're doing, for example, heads. Heads, when you're doing hands, you're gonna be doing circles a lot. So practice your circles. You have circle tools, fair, and you have circle tools that can be used both traditionally and digitally. But you know, you still want to learn, because not all the time will you have circle tools. Like, say if you're on the road and you feel like you want to draw and you want to do something like a doodle or so, but you don't have the tools with you, you're gonna want to know how to do your circles. You want to just real quick, just keep on doing it. You can also, on paper, if you want to do circle, 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 just have one paper and you just practice. But yeah, no, you can also practice your Control Z. Control Z is also going to be your friend when it comes to digital art. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Or you could just hotkey that and just learn to get into the habit of when you mess up, oh, Control Z, Control Z. I have a, right now I have a, what you call it? I don't even know what to call this, but it's a Tartarus Pro. A Razer Tartarus Pro, and I use that to hotkey all of my stuff that I use often. So for my pens, watercolor brushes, selection tools, eyedropper tool, stuff like that. Control Z, of course, eraser tool, filler tool, and that way it just saves a lot of time. Just get that situated first. Learn how to do the basics. You want to practice your circles, learn your hotkeys. Control Z is the most important one. And just so you know, Control Z is not only usable in Clip Studio Pro or Photoshop. It can be used in OBS, various, even Microsoft Word. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z is gonna be your best friend in computers in general, so learn that one. So we got, let's see, what you're looking at, what you've been staring at for like the last 10 minutes is pictures of Zatanna and a couple pictures of Shigo from Kim Possible. Zatanna from DC Superhero Girls, in particular. So, I bet you're wondering, why am I sitting here with a bunch of pictures of Zatanna, aka Zatanna, and Shigo. So, one of the first things you want to gather is references. References you're gonna need. Even professional artists who work professionally, they use references. If you're not using references that you gather from the internet, pictures you gather from the internet, they take pictures of people. They even use live models. You've seen the movies where they have live models that pose for them. References are usable and have been used for years. Years before you were born, and it's gonna be years before, years after we all pass away. References are still gonna be used by artists. It's not gonna stop. So, references, gather. And you're wondering why I have numerous poses. Well, I'm going to be covering that. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be building your own OC using, for me, I'm going to be using this version of Zatanna. I'm not using a complex comic book version of her. And I was initially thinking of doing like something simple like a Powerpuff Girl, but I think that's too simple. I want something that's a little bit in between, and this is perfect. I thought this was good enough. So it's got, it's shapes, but it's not too complex. So here we go. So the first thing that I usually do when I want to get started on an art piece is I want to be able to map out the pose that I'm going to be doing. So I find a picture that I want, and I find like the piece of, for example, the piece that I'm going to be using from that reference, and I just want to use the lasso tool around, say I want to use this arm right here. I'm going to be using this arm. Boom. And I believe I use Control-Shift-I. And then hit this little sun shape thing it'll say delete. And boom. So I grab that. I had to move her. Yes. make sure you have enough space. I do this all the time. I still make mistakes here and there, so it's like right there. And I kind of play Mr. Potato Head. And I like to use the soft eraser brush to kind of get rid of the pieces that I don't need. And I kind of do that with all the pieces that I have here. So over here, instead of using the arm that's given in the image on the left, the full body image on the left, I want to use this arm right here. And mind you, you don't have to use the same character. You can go and say, if you can't find a image, say if I was not able to find this image of Zatanna holding the wand like this, I can go out, like I said, I can go and ask a family relative or a friend to hold, say, a stick like this, and I take a picture of it, and I can use that instead, and just do it in the animation that I want. You know, very much get the general idea of the anatomy that you're looking for. Right. Transformation. You want to learn what is called the clipping mask. I skipped a step. See, I'm all over here trying to give a tutorial, and I'm not doing a step-by-step like I said I would. So what you want to learn, guys, is use the clipping mask. Right here, it says, it looks like a camera with a circle right here. It says enable mask. So that's what you click on. To activate clipping mask. So the little white box will pop up right here. And then you can go ahead and use your lasso tool. You make sure that it is selected. Don't click on the picture over here. Make sure the white box is selected. I've made that mistake, and I still make that mistake now. Control Shift I. Control Shift I. Okay. And then erase. Boom. And then you want to click on the transformation, the scale rotate, and you want to move it. Oh. Make sure the layer is on top of the full body image so that it doesn't see how you saw earlier when I tried moving it and it was being blocked by white. That's because it was part of the layer of the full body image. I want to shrink this just a little bit to make it look like it's actually part of the image. I want to shrink it a little bit more. Keep adjusting it until it looks like maybe tilt it just a little bit. I know. Hit OK. I'm going to try to erase this a little bit. Unfortunately, some of the hair is going to go, but we're going to be fixing some of this because the hairs, we're not going to be using the same body parts in the final image anyway. What we were just getting is pose. That's all we're getting. We're just getting the pose. We're getting where the arm placement, the legs placements, everything. So what we're going to be keeping, probably, let's see here. We more than likely will be keeping the face. We might be making a few adjustments to the face, and yeah, we'll get to it. Let me see here. So we got... I don't know if we're going to be using this image here. I just grabbed it just for safekeeping. I know we're going to be using pieces off of the Shigo. So... for the pieces of Shigo, we're not going to be doing the clip mask exercise for. I'm actually going to use that for the more quote-unquote advanced and other way you can do this. And that is eyeballing. So, say if you are a beginner, this is what beginners can do, and even professionals can still do, of course. But if you're especially a beginner, this is probably the easiest way to get your anatomy down, in my experience anyway. In my experience, this is the easiest way to get your anatomy down. You want to be able to place and kind of trace only the pose. Only the pose. Don't trace anything else. And you can eyeball, you can even eyeball it, eyeball the pose if you want to really get ballsy with it. You know, you could, once again, like I said earlier, start with a circle. I'm actually going to use a bigger. So over here, you can, if you want to adjust the size of your brushes, you go over here, boom, 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 boom. If you want to change your color, over here in the upper right hand corner, you can, it's probably somewhere different. I have my whole layout customized to my liking. So yeah, this is where you go to change the color of your brush. This is where you go to change the size, wherever that may be on your version of Clip Studio. But say if you want to eyeball it, of course you want to start off with a circle, you want to... But again, you know, you can try to eyeball it all you want if you want to be, you know, you want to take the risk, go on ahead, you could. But for the sake of this exercise in particular, I'm just gonna go and show a little bit of both. So let's see here. What I think I'm gonna do is use the legs off of this one down here. So once again, up here, the little camera, enable mask, boom, make sure that's highlighted. Make sure you get the part that you want, loop it, boom. Control Shift I, boom. And then hit the little dial up, whatever, the wheel, or the sun, whatever you want to call it. It says delete, boom. I'm feeling lost, not found. I'm drowning in the bass right now. I listen like a drug I found. And see this problem once again. Make sure you don't do my mistake and make sure that layer's on top. Make sure that make sure that body layer's on the bottom before you get started in general. Like, even I'm learning how to... This is my first time doing an art tutorial. But I am trying my best to do step-by-step process. If you guys have any questions, if I tend to miss anything, please leave a question down in the comment section below. I will be able to... More than likely, I will be able to answer your questions. And before you guys ask, there's a little thing that... A little bar that pops up when I'm trying to... Like, after, for example, I loop something. And I do not know how to delete that. I'll let you know when I see it. But there's like a little toolbar that pops up right here, and it is infamous to get in artist's way. And some people have asked me before if I know how to keep that from happening, and no, I don't. I'm sorry. So I'm trying to make this work, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, because I think I have to eyeball it. Alright, this is actually going to be a perfect exercise. This is something a little extra. I had to improvise now. So, if you notice, her torso's facing our left, while her bottom half is facing the right, so it looks all distorted, right? So say if you run into this problem, I know there's a way you can fix it, and for some reason it is loading because I enlarged it. That's why. Yeah, because I enlarged the legs, it was a smaller image, and because I enlarged it so big, it's like reading all that data. Let me see. So is this one? Yep. So there's a way you could you can adjust this. So you go right click here, duplicate layer, and you can just go to edit, flip horizontal, right here, go to, so edit, transform, flip horizontal, and you should be able to adjust it. There you go. Boom. Like so. So see how more natural that looks? And then what you can do is, because say if you want the head to turn the other way, the head look better looking the other way, because you can do that. Let's see. Soft. And just erase. You want to make sure you go to the eraser tool and just erase. Erase. So you erase the head. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, I like the hair facing that way. So you still, like, I went and kind of made this Frankenstein's monster. But, see, you can get the idea of the entire different pose now. I can get rid of the legs on both these layers here. And if you want to get brave, you can merge these two layers now, so that you don't have two of the same layer. So we could do that. Merge with layer below, right here. Click on the top one, that of the duplicates. Apply. and see how that looks, and boom. And that's all you do. That's how you get a new pose, and then make sure that all your references are in one folder. So in order to create a folder, you go up here to this folder icon with a plus sign, new layer folder, and then you just click on it and the folder will come up, and you can just drag all your references into that folder, and you'll be able to control the opacity of all those of everything that's in that folder. You can even move it all at once. Folder tools are very handy, so don't underestimate folders. Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on folders. Let's see here. So we got the part where we got to the part where we can actually start doing the easy way on getting your pose down. So what we're gonna do is gasp, we're gonna trace. Oh no, tracing, that's bad, right? No, not really. No, not when you're just doing poses. Not when you're just doing poses. So all you're doing is just you just want to get the idea, like, once again, where the circle will be. So you want the circle, the bottom of the circle, to be where the nose is at, and kind of get an idea of where it's at. You can even use the circle tool, which is going to be, I believe, right here, the ellipse tool, and you can just use that instead if you want. And the back of the head, remember that the circle doesn't begin and end with the face. You gotta think that the skull of the human, it has a back end, so it's gonna be way back here. So, make sure you get that pen tool. So over here would be like where the back of the head is, and then here's the front. Boom. So you want to make sure. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. A friend just called me on Discord. So, yeah, you want to make sure the back of the skull is over here, front of the skull is over here, and just start off with your circle. Again, kind of work the cheek around, do a line down like this. So you find where the center of the face is, do your line. You want to do like a little curve. Make sure it's not a straight, not straight down like this. You want to make sure it's curved, that follows the skull, the top of the skull. Comes down, boom. I'm going to start with the arm. Here's where the elbow is. Now, this is the reason why I put like where the joints are at. In case I decide I want to manually change positions of the arm, I know where the elbow is, I know where the shoulder is, I know where the wrist is, right here, right here. And I try to imagine the body without the fluffy clothes, so I try to make it as skin tight as possible. That way, if I want to make changes to the wardrobe, it won't be difficult. I love the way this person animated. They did not want to bother with feet, and I'm all for it. Feet suck. Feet suck. Those of you who are like me will know the pain of hands and feet are. Some people have better practice with hands. Me, it's like, it's both. It's both hands and feet. Man. Oh. So, I believe I got the... Alright, so what I want to do is I want to put a line underneath where the eyes are at. And a line where generally, like her mouth is open, so I want to get an idea of where the mouth would be if the mouth was closed. So I would say like right here. There you go. What else? I'm making sure I don't miss anything. Ah! This right here. The hands. So, see how her fingers pointed, like her... See how her thumbs actually comes to a point, right? What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use the hard brush tool, or the hard eraser tool. So, I'm gonna go up close for this. I'm just gonna get an idea of what the thumb would look like if it wasn't, and I'm just gonna make that change right now. I'm gonna make these changes to a little bit more of something that I like. So this right here is just gonna be my little rough sketch. Very rough sketch. Okay. So I can turn this off and see if I missed anything. Yeah. Okay. Now the Shigo references are going to come into play later on, after I do this next part. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reduce the opacity of what I have here. Actually, you know what? Remember when I said that I can make changes to animation to my liking? Like I said, I like that she did what she did with the feet. But because it's killing me, I am going to make some changes to the legs here. I am gonna give her feet.
Told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
More like ankles. I'm giving her ankles. And it was like something didn't jive with me, and I think it was the lack of ankles. At least give her ankles. Comes down, comes out and around.
I will run away. I don't have to plan it. I can go change my fate. You won't understand it. All alone, that's okay. People I can't stand them. They don't want me to change. Keep me where I'm standing. And I don't wanna be where I am. And I want something more. Take a chance. It could be possibly my last dance. My last dance.
Very rough sketch. Just want to get the general idea of what I'm looking for here. Hey, Veneno. How you doing, Veneno? Hold on, let me move. I'm gonna move chat a little bit. Hold on. It is like way too low. You're like right behind my mic, dude. Hold on. There we go. I should be able to read chat now. I just didn't realize that chat was gonna pop up so deep down there until I saw your message. Gotcha dailies. Street Fighter 6 training, eh? So remember what I said about circles? So yeah, I have to make a statement here with sometimes you just have to put a circle down Well, yeah, the human body has a lot of circles on it. Ovals and circles. When you're trying to map it out. There you go. So I'm starting to see a little bit of what I'm looking for here. There we are. And I'm going to do the same thing over here too. Don't be afraid to do your circles, guys. It'll save you like it just did me right now. I had to get a good idea of what the heck I was looking for. This is what happens when I'm doing things without a reference. Is that you kind of just have to eyeball it and kind of find what kind of looks good for you. Okay.
All the roads we travel, the journey of our lives. Take another picture before we say goodbye. Arm in arm we're standing side by
There we
side.
Kinda like that.
Fade, but legends never die. One last time, let's live for something. I can feel my blood, it's rushing. This ain't goodbye, we'll be back someday. And we will find our own way. Take control of our fate.
Okay. And if you want to adjust what I just did right there is I just looped it, and I can go ahead and go to scale and rotate, and I can adjust to my liking. If you want, you can also do Control-Shift-T, and you can even adjust the fatness, the thinness, all that nonsense. But say if I want if the foot looks too long or too far out, I can adjust it however I want. That's the beauty about digital art, is that you're able to have that. So here we are, we're now here. Okay, so now we could do things for realsies this time. So if you want to do something cartoony, having thick lines you can get away with. If you want to do something a little bit more realistic, you want to go as thin as possible. You want to make sure those lines are not going to gravitate attention, have people gravitate toward it, right? You don't want people to see the line work. You want people to see, all the other details when you're trying to do realistic artwork. But for this exercise, since it's more of a cartoony type, we can get away with it, and it's for the sake of the exercise. You'll be able to see the line work a lot easier. So we could go over what we just did. See how it looks all scratchy the way I did it? Yeah. But you can make adjustments to it and keep on doing this until it looks to your liking. And the way you want to do line work you don't want to do it slow, like this. You don't want to do it, because see how jaggedy it's starting to look there? Pretty sure you've heard this before, but swish. Swish. You want to go swish, okay? Look at it. Look how quick that line work is. Boom. Swish it. You want to swish it. Swish it. Boom. Like so. Now here's the other way you could do it. Preferably, because I keep on forgetting to do this, like I just did right now. You could also make, instead of doing a raster layer, you could do a vector layer. Vector layers are actually preferred to do line work on, because the difference is with between raster and vector is, vector you can adjust the lines. You can adjust the thickness of the line. You can adjust the curviness of the line, but you can move it around however you want it to. So, once again, swish, swish, swish. And I have, if you look over here in the upper right hand corner, there's two colors and then there's transparent. You could use transparent. I've learned this like a year in after I started drawing. So if you use transparent, you're using the brush, but in the color that you've chosen, which in this case is transparent. So instead of it being an eraser tool, you are kind of using the tool, like I'm going to show you right now. Watch this. See how it's all black now because I use the G pen. Now watch as I go over here and see how it looks different, right? Now watch when I use transparent. It's erasing in the form of the brush. That is what blew my mind. So imagine if you're using a pastel and then you use the transparency. It's gonna look beautiful, right? It looks awesome. This cool little attention to detail, right? And Veneno, good luck on your tournament matches. I read that. Swish. So I'm gonna give a demonstration of what I was talking about as far as vector layers go. So you go down here, go to control point, and see how these little dots start coming up. Right? Look at that, look at that, look at that. And watch what happens when I grab a dot. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that beautiful deformed leg. And then you hit Control Z just to put it back. And go back to my brush. That's why if you look up tutorials all over YouTube, they'll say, use your vector layer. Use your vector layer. You want to go vector layer. Okay, jeez. Me and the majority of my artwork, I use raster layer, but yeah, it's to each their own. So right here, watch this. I love doing this. Swish. You're gonna do swish. Look at that. It's a cartoon, so you can actually get away with just doing like little simple little curvier lines like that. If it was a realistic art piece, I would never do that. But that's the purpose of animation, is that you want to make it ease of, like, it's not just easier to draw, but it's easier to animate because they have to do, you know, frame by frame, right? So here's what I'm gonna do though. I'm actually gonna make a little indentation here. Like a little break apart because, just self-preference. I like to give the leg its own dimension here. And I'm using a transparent tool, or the transparency, to erase my mistake here. Kind of clean it up a bit. Now we're gonna go with the arm. Self-preference here. I like shoulder muscles, okay? I don't know what it is. I just have to have the shoulder indentation every single time. It's just a self-preference thing. So I always have to curve around the muscle. Boom. Swish, swish. 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 Sometimes it's not going to be perfect, so you have to learn to make your manual adjustments and improvise. Just so it starts looking as natural as possible according to your animation, in accordance to your animation that you've chosen. There you go. And this is where you start getting a little into the fun bits here. So generally I like to leave this part blank on my line work because that's where my hair is going to be placed. So I don't really draw this part because you're not going to be seeing this part anyway, but you get the general idea of where the skull is at already with the low opacity layer, you know? So with a different vector layer, make sure you label your layers, by the way. So right here I'm just going to put body, name it body, and right here I'm just going to name it face. So here I'm gonna be doing what I think is the meat and potatoes of any OC ever. I don't care what animation you chose. I don't care if you're doing realistic. I don't care if you're making it look like it's coming out of Helluva Boss. I don't care if you're making it look like it's coming out of the Justice League Unlimited cartoons. The eyes. The eyes are the soul of your character. They are the window to the soul of any character ever. If you nail down the eyes, guaranteed, most people are gonna be interested in your character. This is partially why some people are so infatuated with some of the psycho characters. Yuno Kasai, the Joker. Because you can tell something ain't right with them just by looking them, and it's the eyes, yo. So if they nail down the eyes, they nail down the concept of the character pretty well. So the eyes give your character a personality. They really do. Nail down your eyes. Practice your eyes. Practice different versions of eyes. So, there's certain ones where, they have just the dots for the eyes. Remember, like the old school? They'll have dots for eyes. Like Charlie Brown, right? That's fine, it's part of the animation. But with Charlie Brown, it's... For some reason, it still worked, right? Everyone, it's for the... If you look very closely at Charlie Brown cartoons, it is just meant for ease of animation. That's all the characters have the same face, they just have different wigs and clothes on. So there's different purposes you can have for, your certain animation style. So I'm not trying to say that, if your eyes are bad, it's bad character. No, that's not what I'm saying. But if you want to get eyes down, you do want to get it right. You do want to make sure that this is going to spell out a good narrative for the character, just at first impressions. Let's see here. So we're going to go ahead and give this OC. It's actually she's more to me than just an OC. I feel that OC is a very insulting term for me. Like, this is your OC? I feel it's a very light version of saying, this is your character. No, this is my character. There's a difference between OC and character. OC is something that you just invent, you doodle on a piece of paper when you're in high school, and say, this is my OC. He's part of Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm gonna call him Sinnoh. It's Sonic spelled backwards. No, that's an OC. This, I want to call my character. Would you call Tyrion Lannister George R.R. Martin's OC? Have you ever heard that? No. That is George R.R. Martin's character. So I always say, especially if the character is well fleshed out and written, and if someone's been working on it for years, I say that's their character. So given this one in particular, kind of I don't want to say a lazy look, but Wednesday Addams kind of vibe, whereas like they have a very dark look about them, but this one has intelligence to her. She has a lot more. She's not a lot more than I would say Wednesday Addams. She has a wacky side of to her as well. So I would like to be able to spell that out with just a look, if I can. And here's where I did that line for the nose. Remember? Then I gotta adjust the placement. So I'm giving her a little bit of a tired look for her. So I'm doing a lot of like the lines around the eyes. Coming down with some the eyelashes. And here, I want to curve the eyelashes just a little. Same thing over here. kind of use that transparency tool like I showed you earlier to kind of erase some of those lines that are trying to escape there. And right here, I feel that the bottom of the eye here is kind of gone too far over. So I'm just going to scoot that on over using the vector tool that I showed earlier. But here's one reason why I don't use the vector tool is because the way I draw is I use numerous lines and kind of connect them. And when I do that with the vector, see how I'm moving different lines right here? This is why personally I don't use them. I don't use vectors. Is because it goes against my style of painting. So if you're going to be doing vectors, try your best to do one line all the way across, unfortunately. Trying to nail the eyes for this particular animation. Actually, you know what? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing! I decided to actually throw in a wink. Actually. So I'm gonna use the bottom of her eye here. And just eyelashes all the way across. And eyebrows. So eyebrows get thicker on the more in between the face, in the center of the face it goes. So it starts off thick in the middle and it thins out towards the end here. So over here should be where the thinner part of the eyebrow is, and over here should be the bushier end. So the thicker end, and then you work your way over, and it thins out on your way down the traps. There you go. Adjust it with the Control-Shift-T. So I'm using that reference right here to kind of get the idea of where the eye should be. I'm actually going to grab this and move this over just a little bit. I'll put a little bit of a wrinkle. Yeah, I could do one wrinkle right here. A little additional touch that I've added here. So it gives her a little bit more personality, so you can see that, yeah, this is no longer Zatanna, right? So already it's a different character just by the eyes, right? I'm gonna just eye over. There we go. Now I'm gonna do the nose next. I did the nose a little bit to kind of get the general idea of how to map the face. Sometimes I need to have the nose there in order to be able to get a better general idea of where things go. Or how things should look. So with this one, I'm gonna give her Yeah, I'm gonna give her like something a little bit more playful. So I'm gonna make the line for the top of her mouth right here. Bring this down. So right here, this is where the teeth are gonna begin. Boom. And right there, that's where her teeth are gonna be. And I'm just gonna have her tongue out. Blech. And give her a little line right here for the cheek.
Take a deep breath, put some pep in my step. My crews are here for steady all time again. Grooving to the beat, and the laughter's in the air. All the trouble seems so far away every time I'm near.
And I right there just did a line for the lips here. I'll be coloring that in. And what I can do, what anyone can do actually, like say if you don't like the shape of the eye, you can always Control-Shift-T and you can adjust the shape of the eye, like so, like this. Maybe bigger, make it smaller. The. You can even just adjust the angle just by hitting scale and rotate. Which actually I'm gonna do. There you go. So it looks less angry, more meh. Kind of give her that I really don't want to be here look in that eye. Usually I usually like to give like that shape of an eye to a character that usually doesn't want to be there, or just like kind of like that half moon shape. But then I angled it to kind of give her like that sharpness to how like, okay, no, she's a little bit present. And then I shrunk the pupil. If you shrink the pupil, it gives it that sharpness. Yeah. Like that kind of like that seriousness to her. To where if you make it bigger, it kind of makes her a little bit more innocent, I guess. Sometimes, if you make it more... If you make it big, it can make them look not all there as well. There's many different ways you could use big pupils, but usually I like to use small pupils for my more serious characters, or characters who are in the moment. You can even use small pupils for characters who are scared, characters who are cray-cray. You can even do a little design here. You can have fun with eyes. Some people like to do stars, heart shape, whatever, for the pupil. But eyes are fun. They're so much fun to do. You can do so many things with them. You can even do an extra pupil. Some people like to put like white and then red in the center. You can do so many things. You can do a shine. There you go. Practice your circles. See? Practice your circles. How many circles did I do right here? For iris, pupil. Sometimes you want to do eyeball. If you want to do realistic, you want to do the whole eyeball. So that's a circle. I'm telling you, circles are going to be used a lot, bro. Don't underestimate them circles. The circles will hunt you down, bro. I'm actually gonna erase this. So, here's the mistake I made right now. I just noticed. Is on this arm right here. You want to be able to see where the elbow is. So the elbow I would reckon would be right here. See how it was hard for me to pinpoint where that is with this reference? That's one bad thing about puffy clothing when you pull off of references, is that you don't get that anatomy down. So you want to...
Call me selective with my notes. Call me aggressive with my flow. Call me offensive even though.
Let's go to this layer. To the opacity layer, the body layer, or, you know, the first layer you did. And let's figure this out. So here you want to do a circle and kind of connect it. More circles! Telling you guys, circles are gonna be your friend. Circles are gonna be your friend slash enemy. So here's gonna be where the shoulder connects to the arm. So you wanna do right here. So what I'm gonna do now, since I already have that, so go to body layer, your line art body layer, and you want to, unfortunately, erase this. Or this is what I'm going to do. You guys are probably doing something else, but this is part of the process. And it's gonna be not like the way I just did it right now. You want to just kind of curve it. You want to just curve it. There you go. For the arm, that's what you want to do. Boom. Okay. And I'm trying to do this all in one line as much as I can, because vectors. Eh? 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 what some artists refer to as hide your sin. There you go. Well, the artist I hang out with, anyway. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is the fun part. So it's gonna be accessories / beauty marks / whatever things that may apply to apply character. So let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the opacity layer real quick, and I'm going to mark where the chest is facing. So it's going to be like this, and it comes down. There you go. And this is where the chest area, the under chest area is. And I'm actually going to give her what I call the signature crop top, because that's what she wears. She has a crop top on. So I'm actually going to start off with a raster layer, because this is going to be the first layer, like the practice layer. So she's going to be wearing her crop top here, tank top. And she's going to be wearing her shorts. I'm actually going to give her like, what's it called? Knee highs? Actually, I might give her her leather coat as well. I can just trace along. Yeah, I think I'm going to give her a leather coat. And I'm going to give her... Yeah, I'm going to give her her second outfit. It's going to be the leather coat and witch hat. So you want to just... when it comes to clothing... You want to just kind of trace along what you already created. There you go. And I think that I'm going to... I'm debating on pants or skirt. I'm gonna go with skirt. She decided to be cute. Might delete later. So she's gonna be doing skirt. So maybe it's gonna kind of frail out here.
let your body go. We'll take it nice and slow. Just let your mind be free and come in close. All the good girls, they go to heaven, but the bad girls, they
Actually, I don't need to do
backstage.
that.
Oh, the good girls, they go to
I don't need to do that. You're doing too much, Top Cat. Let's see here. Alright. So I just did put little lines up here just for like the idea that it's a skirt. And I kind of did like a frill per line, so kind of curve it. Curve it. Boom. 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 Curve it. And then put the line down right where it just kind of does that inner curve right here, or you know how it curves outward here. Put a line down right here on the outward curve. Boom, 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 boom.
Just let your body go. We'll take it nice and slow. Just let your mind be free and come in close. All the good girls, they go to heaven, but the bad girls, they get backstage. Oh, the good girls, they go to heaven, but the bad girls, they get backstage. Oh, the good girls, they go to heaven, but the bad girls, they get backstage. Oh, the good girls, they go to heaven, but the bad girls, they get backstage.
So I'm gonna do another raster layer for this next part. This is probably one of my most favorite parts to do in an art piece, but yet it could be the most difficult if you do not know how to do it, and that is hair. So this is where the Shigo reference comes in from earlier, remember? So I am going to grab this one at the bottom here. I've decided to use this one now. And I'm going to flip it horizontally. Go over here, transform, flip horizontal. And I'm going to use... It is going to be very tricky because I'm going to use the bottom end of the hair this way, and then when it uses kind of like the top way, I'm kind of going to flip it and kind of use it as a reference for the top end. You'll see. Okay. Let me just show rather than just speak. So this is the way I do it when I'm just eyeballing. When I'm eyeballing the reference. Just looks like it's going around. And I'm actually gonna use the eraser tool for this one. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna grab it, flip it horizontally again. And now I'm gonna try to see if I can use it at least as a reference. I'm not gonna copy it exact. I'm gonna use like pointers, like right here. See how it, if you look over here, see how the line kind of goes past the face? I'm actually gonna borrow that. Boom. And I'm actually going to make changes right here. I'm not gonna use this. I'm actually gonna droop it down. And then I'm going to bring a thinner string down here. Strand of hair. And I'm actually going to use this part right here. See what I did? I kind of borrowed this part and this part, and I made changes right here to kind of give her her own little character, a little style there. And let's see. And I think I'm done using her as a reference. I can go on my own here. There you go. I can turn off the references. Cool. By now you should be able to see that, yeah, we basically created our own character at this point. And I used references from Zatanna and Shigo and some original ideas into the mix to create an entirely different character altogether. And that's the point. And eventually, as you go down the road, she'll be fleshed out into your character, not just an OC. We want character. Character. Your character, not your OC. Don't ever let a person say call your character an OC. If they're saying it's an OC and you have this character like fully written and you worked your butt off for years on making this individual, that's your character. Don't ever let someone call it an OC. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and make another raster layer. And then I'm actually going to merge the clothes layers together. Or should I? No, I'm just gonna put them in the folder. I'm putting them in the folder. Put them in the folder, Top Cat. Yes, I am. I am. Put them in the folder. Clothes. Clotheslines. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag them. So you use the. Okay, what I did here, I hold Shift, click, drag, boom, hit the arrow, drag opacity, and kabooey. There you go. And here's hair. So we're just gonna go over here now, and we're just gonna do the thing what we did with the clothes, and we'll do it in one line as much as we can, as much as we can, as much as we can. You can do it like this. You know, I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to do it the easy way. Get it? So watch this. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Bring this down over. Hold on. Let me go ahead and thicken this. I'm thickening the line to 50. And I'm just going to make it attached to her skin. There we go. And then right here is when I add to it. Boom. Same thing over here. And I'm not even gonna touch that. I'm not even gonna touch that. Crop top. And instead of coloring the whole thing, I'm just going to make it into a triangle. And what I'm going to do later is I'm going to use the fill tool and just fill it with black ink, and you'll see what I mean later if you don't understand. I'm just going to bring this down, bring this down. So I'm just going to use what I need here as far as lines, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use once again the clipping, sorry, not the clipping mask, and just the mask here, just call it a mask. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do something a little bit wild, and I'm just gonna You know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'll save that for a different video. I'll save that for a different video. Or should I? Well, here's what you can do. This is I'll show you how. So you can go ahead and go to the vector. Don't hit the mask. Hit the vector box, and you'll see on the left hand side where it says vector eraser. You can go ahead and select the one in the middle here where it looks like a T. It's highlighted. The parts that are highlighted looks like a T here, and you could just go ahead and just click on that, and it just deletes it all on its own. Simple as that. Boom, boom. It's easy, or it appears so, but once again, if you are like me and you make a bunch of lines in one little thing, it could possibly mess you up. But that's what I say, if you're going to be using vectors, it is for a particular drawing style where you are doing one go, right? You're not doing this. Right? Which I have a habit of doing. You want to make sure you are brave. They're for the brave artists. So everyone has their own style in drawing. There's no right or wrong way, guys. No right or wrong way. There is your way, the way that works for you. It is your highway. You own that highway. There is no my way or highway. You create your own highway. You own that highway. That's your own highway. If it's the highway to hell, then it's the highway to hell. If it's the highway to heaven, then it's the highway to heaven. If it's the highway to McDonald's, the highway to McDonald's. I had a double quarter pounder earlier. So here we go. I think this is actually the easy part for this particular piece in general. The hair is actually not too complex. So it really is just swish. A lot of swish. A lot of swish. Oh, so yeah, a lot of swish. Now here's a little trick, a new trick actually, that I haven't pointed out before. So you can rotate your paper. There you go. I forgot why I hotkeyed it too. Remember your hotkeys, don't be like me. So you're having trouble kind of, you know, getting that angle, getting that perfect angle. You could just go boom, and you come down here and hit this part right here where it says reset rotation. Click on it, boom, and it comes right back. Easy as pie. And, oh! There you go. So we're gonna go ahead and erase this. Vector. And just erase. So here's what I'm gonna do, actually. No, I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna stick with the plan. Stick with the plan! Stop improvising. For now. No. There you go. Let me drop that. There you go, so I can cover the cheek. Otherwise I have to fix the cheek. Control the point. And I'm gonna go ahead and adjust. What the deuce? Hello? Hello? That one keeps disappearing. What? Excuse you? What? Oh. Don't be like me. Over here, I had delete control point selected. Make sure you have move control point. There you go. And that fixes that. What? Look at that. Look at that. So I'm going to be doing a lot more step-by-step process videos. This is not going to be the first time I'm doing this. This is going to, or the only time I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of these. I'm gonna learn how to teach this. Oh. Hello? 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 I'm gonna delete the blue layers. So here we go. Look at what we have here so far. It's looking good, I'd say. So right here. And grab the eraser tool again. Erase that. There you go. Alright, so we got ourselves our line work for our art piece. So what I'm gonna do though, let me fix some more stuff real quick. We're doing a little bit of cleanup here. So it's gonna need a little bit more cleanup. But you could use the vector, you can erase some of your mistakes that you may or may not have done. I'm gonna shove all this into one layer. And I'm gonna shrink her just a little bit because what I'm gonna do next is going to be actually the first time I've ever done this with this character. I'm actually gonna put a hat, a witch hat on her, which is some. Actually, no, this is actually the second time I've done this. I'm gonna make another vector layer. Oh, my bad. Vector layer. Boom. That cube. Boom. And I'm gonna give her a bowler hat, I think. Should I give her a bowler hat or a witch hat? No, I'll give her a witch hat. I'll stick basic. Stay basic! So, in order to do a witch's hat, let's see, circle. Circle! You wanna do a circle? We're gonna do circles. And let's give it a little bit of a tilt, actually. You know, just for the sake, because it's a vector layer, let's go ahead and do it the, we're gonna cheat. We're gonna cheat, guys. Let's do 30. Tilt it. Drag it. Now let me test something on here. Right here is fine. Be brave with your vector layers. Be good. Be brave. And because I want to keep this, I want to keep the head, I'm not going to use the vector eraser. I'm just going to use the mask. And I'm using the mask. That way, if I want to bring it back, I just disable the mask and it will come right back. This is what the mask is for. So just click on the mask and hit erase and it should pop up. Or you should only be able temporarily erasing, not permanently erasing. Now over here, we want to permanently erase, so you want to click on the eraser tool, and just erase that. There you go. Like that. Kaplooey. And if you want to make the hat bigger, there you go. I actually like that more. I like that full-on tilt. Go back to the mask. Temporarily erase, because we're gonna probably want this back. Don't know. Not sure. If you're not sure, just use mask. Same thing with the face here. Mask. Boom. There you go. And now we have our line work for our character. We're not going to go through the details of coloring just yet. Not for this video, not for this stream. We're gonna wait for the next stream. We're gonna go through, because that's a whole nother process. Line work is right there. If you're watching it on time-lapsed on a YouTube video, I'm just gonna tell you how long the live stream was. This stream went on for 2 hours and 17 minutes just by doing this line art. And that was with a plan. This is me with a plan. Imagine without a plan, just improvising the entire art piece. There's art pieces that took me roughly 8 hours to complete because I hopped in, had no plan, had nothing, and that's still nothing. Like, there's art pieces that could take on days. But yeah, no, like, for those of you who are new to being an artist, who plan on being an artist, get ready. Because 8 hours is the average sitting on your butt. This is why it's important, though. Do not sit down for the full 8-hour session. Take breaks, get up, walk around, because I've embarrassing to admit, I did have health issues just by sitting down for long periods of time. Not a good experience. So I highly encourage those of you who plan on being artists, make a regimen where you get up, go for walks, take breaks. Even if you're streaming, pause the stream. Chat can wait. Your health is more important. Get up, go walk your dog, take him out, maybe go walk around the block real quick, get some water, get some food real quick, and come back. You know, of course, let your chat know this is what's going to happen right now because you got to do things for your health. But yeah, don't sit down for long periods of time, numerous times. You know, you want to keep the blood flowing. Alrighty. So, you guys take care of yourselves. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave the line work like this, and we're going to be tackling coloring and stylizing for next stream. This is not going to be the only line art tutorial I'm going to be doing. I am going to be doing step-by-steps a few times, more than a few times. Because I know that I missed stuff. I know that I went in and I just started clicking on stuff and unknowingly just assumed people know, right? I went and clicked on mask without describing what a mask was. and I did so later on, but I know, I was like, oh wait, I just went and clicked on this without explaining what the heck I just did. Alright guys. We're gonna be doing another one of these later on in the future. But for the next stream, the next art stream, it is going to be a tutorial on coloring, and if we have time, shading, lighting. There's plenty of steps to go through to make this art piece look extra dope. Alright, take care of yourselves, and remember to take care of other people. And remember, okay? Value wisdom and resilience over power and knowledge. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!